I want to show you guys the structure right here. So the one that you got the Y, right? You got the tridents, the Ys, but this one's over top of that. And then you can see the one that comes from way over there. See how they come right to the bend to connect, and it's more than likely going to connect under the snow. And then there's one broke here that kicks right down to that one. But then where this next bend starts right off the backside, it comes into, see how they tied it into this, and then the next bend. You see how they're touching right here. And this is the next bend coming, and then they kicked into the ground structure. But then it comes up to where they kicked up here. You can see how they touch it, connect it, and then they bring it up. And so they leaned, see if I can get this to show up. So they X two of them, right? So here's the one, here's the second one coming in right here. And they perfectly leaned this one in to hit right at the X part. And then there's a little branch right here. They broke this one down to hook it, I think, to hold this next tree into it. But then yeah, you can see then it continues off. The one they actually broke continues to the next structure. Which is really cool. But I wanted to show that. Then as you come this way, the one I showed first, that's like, to me, I think these bigger ones like this is like, this is a spot here or behind it, or maybe both. Maybe it's the center of it, but you guys can see you got the symmetrical X, and this is how they do it. And then when they come out through, see the teepee, how a bunch are brought in to make it come to a point? They don't have to line up. You see the lean tree in the back? That's probably the line up point, or that broke off one possibly. So it makes a symmetrical X, and then they'll continue it, and then they'll do what I call, you know, this is what I've always called them, a two-stick teepee type X, where it looks like a teepee, but just out of 2 sticks or 3 or whatever. And then right under this, the structure in here is I gotta back up, is some more structure. And look how they absolutely touch at, right? That little one that touches and then comes into the next structure. There's a lot to it, and the more you, like in the summertime, you'll see seat spots. You'll see where they sit, they're round. A lot of times it'll be in the crooks of the ground structure or right under the teepee type structures. But that, if you sat in the seat spots, you'll be surprised that what's in front of whatever that being is looking at, they structure it purposely. And I think it's energy. I'm pretty sure it's an energy thing. But their structure in front, it's almost like they have lineup points. So not only is it like one-dimensional structure, but there'll be structure in the background that'll line up with the foreground. So it's like a, I don't know what to call it, 3-dimensional structure or 4-dimensional structure, or I don't know. But then each seat spot might use the same front structure and then have a different structure and for each seat spot to line up in the background, if that makes sense. This is where I start talking, and then I'll walk by a bunch of stuff and not even realize some things I walk by, I'll turn around a bit. It's amazing when I talk how much I get in my head. I gotta stay more, not go into my head and when I speak, and stay more conscious of what's around me. I don't know what this is back here. There's mounds right here. Almost looks like an old homestead. But I'll take you guys for a walk today through the woods. Here in Minnesota, we're starting to hit the warmer weather. So today it topped out at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're supposed to be in the upper 20s and mid 30s for quite some time. So I don't know if, so it looks like an old homestead. You can see all the spruce trees here. Maybe I'll be walking up to some guy's property. I'm pretty careful. Like where I'm at, I don't know of any houses in this area. There's fresh grouse tracks, so there is a grouse here somewhere. Grouse will about give you a heart attack. They like to fly up and yeah, two big mounds here. There's probably a trail there. It's gotta be an old homestead. I guess it doesn't have to be, but and then you see all the spruce trees, so I don't know. Maybe there was bigger spruce trees here at one point, and from a homestead possibly, and seeded out. The snow's deep. I'll just make this a long video. We did have really heavy snow that bent a bunch of trees, so not all these are probably structured. They will be. Like if I was to video this, these will probably straighten up with the sun. But the ones in the woods, if I was to video it, and the ones that got snapped from the heavy snow and the ones that got bent from the heavy snow, those will be, it's almost like they structure everything eventually, right? So within a year, it'll be structured way differently than what the snow did to it. Wow. So right here, there's a bunch down, right? 2 snapped. It is absolutely beautiful out here today. Ooh, that's really deep. Sometimes I can walk on top of the snow pretty good, like right now. So I'm only sinking maybe 2 or 3 inches. Back there is up to my crotch. Here's, it looks like grouse. Yeah, it's grouse. Some more grouse tracks going in here. Grouse, when they fly, their wings beat against them, so it makes like a that noise. And they usually don't fly until you're standing almost right on top of them. In the winter, they bury themselves in the snow to stay warm. So sometimes you don't even know they're there, and you're walking and you'll about step on them, they'll fly out right on you. And it's well, makes your heart go up into your throat. Yeah, here's the trail end. So either they lot, to me it looks like it's an old homestead because of all these pine trees there. And they might have logged in here at one point. Yeah, they absolutely logged. Probably about 20 years ago. 15, 20 years ago. I was going to try some grounding today with trees. And these will be good ones to do it with. I ain't going to take my boots off, but I can touch with one hand and then put one hand in the snow to ground. But there's a lot of... I just watched it on... I can't think of the guy's name. I'm bad with names, I'm sorry. I know you watch my channel, but I just watched one of your videos where the guy was talking about grounding with trees and stuff, and I love that stuff. So, and that's why it makes sense that knowing that everything is energy and these trees will be bringing down energy. To me, that's why it makes sense that, you know, Sasquatch and other beings in the woods are more than likely highly, highly in tune with it and can do things that people can't comprehend, because all things are possible through that creator, through our creator, the pure truth creator. There's nothing that ain't possible if you lay your life down for that, and if you allow that energy to flow through you. I think it's through intention. Like your intent of what you want to happen, but it's got to be with the purest form of the creator's love. And there can't be a doubt. As soon as a doubt happens, it ain't gonna keep going. So don't doubt it, you know it, right? So got a fork one leaned up into it. Well, I'm gonna shut the video off here and take a moment. Bye, guys.